Good afternoon and welcome back to the Para Archery European Cup second leg finals in Nove Mesto nad Metuji. We'll be starting soon the final matches of the afternoon, and I'm here with John Kavanagh from W1 category.
Good afternoon, Michaela. How are you?
And I'm good, how about you?
I'm very well, thank you. I can see a big dark storm cloud over there, so
Yes,
some of the archers already got some waterproofs on just in case.
there is like 90% possibility of rain,
Yes.
so we will see how those archers will perform in the rain.
Yeah, this morning they were lucky and it was beautiful, calm conditions.
It was the perfect
But
conditions.
things can change at any moment here, as we all know. We're going to start off this afternoon with the compound men. Bronze match followed by gold match. And then we're going to finish the afternoons with the W1 matches. The women bronze gold followed by the men bronze gold. And then
Very
after all
well.
that there will be the closing ceremony and presentations to all the athletes.
We can see all the fans are running to get the beginning of the matches.
Yes, there should be a lot of American support here because the first match is between Matt Stutzman and his teammate Ben Thompson. So
Truly
I can
American.
guarantee something, there'll be an American winner.
That will.
And there'll be an American fourth place.
Yes. At least something is sure
Something
right
is
now.
assured. And not much is assured in this
Yeah,
world.
and the wind is also picking up, so we will see.
This morning we had 2 shoot-offs, which were great. This afternoon, spectators love a shoot-off, and between these two it'd be quite funny if we did.
But there is a possibility. Both of these men are really good shooters. They're very high numbers there.
That's right, and Ben Thompson won the World Champs last year, I believe. And Matt Stutzman's been shooting for a long time. He's famous for being the armless archer, of course, and has shot all kinds of strange things like world record distance, accuracy, and here they come onto the field of play. And they're good teammates, and they push each other to do better and better all the time. So it's not so much
Very well.
who wins, as in who won't win.
On target 1, representing USA, Matt Stutzman.
And no doubt his family is watching,
On target 2, from USA, Ben Thompson.
and also Ben's family.
Judge of the match, Christina Regnayer. We are ready to start.
Matt is going to shoot first. He came from the first place in qualification, and Tam is close by from the third.
That's right, 692 points in qualification to start with. They're not quite ready yet. Ben still needs to strap himself in. For those new to para archery, there's all sorts of little rules and regulations and allowances for your function essentially. So if you don't have very good trunk balance, you're allowed to strap yourself in to a certain extent and have maybe adaptations to your chair. And they like to make sure that everybody's ready before we start. So we have 5 ends of 3 arrows with cumulative scoring. First to shoot is Matt.
Cumulative scoring means that the one that has the most at the last end accumulated from all of the ends wins the match.
We start slightly to the right. There's a practice field immediately to our right hand side here, only a few meters away where the guys have been warming up. So there's no difference in conditions at all between the two fields.
Oh, there was a little bit of hesitation.
Ben just had a slight creep forwards on that. And again, he's struggling a bit here. Maybe it's nerves. Oh.
And the last 6 seconds on the clock.
And he's a bit angry with maybe his release aid just wasn't working properly. So he's thrown it on the ground.
Yeah, he took another releaser. right now, so we'll see in the second arrow. And more to the right side.
It's frustrating when the equipment doesn't work as you anticipate.
Especially in the
a
finals.
match like this.
Yeah, it was probably the releaser.
Yeah, for some reason it wasn't going off and he was pulling it and jerking it. But you never know. We've seen other things change today. Great. Well, at least
Very
that
nice.
last arrow will have given you some confidence that his current setup is going to work.
Doesn't look happy about it.
Well,
Even though,
no,
like,
I mean, nobody would. It's so,
yes.
equipment based, and if it's not functioning
Yeah.
spot on, there's nothing much you can do about it. But he's prepared. He's got a spare release set that works. But this morning
It's
we
usual, like, at the finals that both archers usually have like 2 bows or 2
Yep.
complete set of equipment that they are sure works are just
that's right.
to their
Because
liking.
anything can happen. You might drop something. It might fall over, get
Yes.
blown over. Something might rattle loose. And if you don't have a spare, then you
Yes.
might as well just go home.
You cannot repair it in the middle.
No. Okay.
Okay, the 8 was actually confirmed to be a higher, so there's a smaller gap than we thought, but still it's an 8-point gap.
And they've been shooting some some high scores, just looking at the scores in their previous matches. So Matt has shot 143, 144, 147, 145. When there's only 150 points total possible, to shoot 147 is brilliant.
But as well, Tom, he had 145, 146, 141, 142.
Yep. So they're both shooting very high standard, obviously.
Definitely.
But as it's a cumulative point score on this match, it's very difficult to get all these points back. But you never know. Just a low 9.
Nine to the right side.
Well, it's the first 10 of the match. We're just beginning to hear some raindrops coming down.
It's picking up quite fast, however.
So 28-29 that end. So maybe Ben's feeling a little bit happier now.
It was a beautiful score, beautiful end
But
for
he's-
him.
although
So
he's 11 points behind.
No.
No, he's not.
no,
Oh,
7
sorry, I was
points.
looking at the wrong numbers. Well, they've got 9 arrows left, so it's possible to get point by point back to level
Definitely
scoring.
is.
It's not all over, even though it looks as though it probably is.
Yeah.
And he's probably thinking it probably is.
We can see Matt talking with his coach. And the scores were confirmed. We just wait for a chance to get their arrows.
So the trailing archer starts each end. So Ben will start again.
Beautiful.
And that's the way to do it. And if he can do that consistently, he may recover quite a few points. Well, maybe not if Matt's going to do the same.
We may see another game of who doesn't shoot a 10.
It could be.
We saw already one this morning,
Yep.
and it's highly possible with these archers. Beautiful.
Just out. So equal scores on that end, 29-29. Excellent shooting of both the guys. So of course, Matt Stutzman's got his own particular style, which kind of was unique to him, but in fact at this tournament we got two other archers who shoot very similarly to him, which is good to see people making an effort to take up the sport, which many people would imagine you couldn't do so well.
Yes, and one of the archers, she actually is supposed to be shooting only like 6 months.
Yep. Is that the Slovakian?
Serbian,
Yeah, the Serbian lady.
Serbian lady.
Yeah. And she's doing well. It's great. It's good to see. And this kind of event being shown around the world live streaming can just show what people can do if they just put their mind to it.
Definitely. We already could see them 2 days ago when they had their elimination for the teams. They were just having fun and throwing the battles with their feet over the tent to the trash can. Everyone was playing.
And this community is quite small and close linked, so everybody's happy to share their technique, equipment they use, this, that and the other, because it's very difficult to find out just in your own home environment. So here we go, fourth end. As the rain
It's
comes
starting to rain really heavy right now. In heavy rain, the handles of the bows can be very slippery. We can see Ben adjusting his sight.
And rotating. So Matt's
Beautiful.
actually extending his lead by another couple of points at this end so far. And a 10 for Ben. That's good.
As far as I can tell, you can't actually see it on the screen, but only from the sound you are able to see how much rain is coming right now.
Yes, it is very wet now. So a perfect score from
Yeah.
Matt extends his lead even further. So now he's 9 points ahead of his teammate. And this is when all your equipment starts to get wet and slippery,
Exactly.
and you just feel a bit miserable. And you know, is the rain knocking your arrows low? Do you have to adjust, aim off?
We can see multiple umbrellas here right now.
But there's no wind to speak of, and most archers don't really like the wind. There's a selfie there from Michaela. Yes, very nice. That'll be on your Instagram
Just for
account,
my
yeah.
family.
Yes.
It's also harder for the agents to get the arrows from the targets because they are slippery too. And with the compound bow, there are quite a lot of arrow in the target.
Yeah, I would guess these guys are shooting up to the maximum of their allowed
Poundage,
60
yeah.
pounds maximum. And with the draw length that Matt's got, it probably stores up even more energy. So they'll be going in a hell of a bit. So we're coming to the final end with Ben starting with a significant trailing deficit because of
9
his,
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
because of his release aid problems in the first end.
Oh,
An 8 from Matt, but you know, as you said, the rise is going to be slippery.
yes.
Everything's going to be awkward. So Ben's last arrow. Yep, 10.
It's 10.
Good to finish, even though you know we've just about lost.
Probably is.
Yep, 10. Well, if it wasn't for the mishap of the release aid in the first
Yeah.
end, that would have been a very close match
It
between
would.
these two guys, because their other ends were very, very close indeed.
Yes.
So it's just a bit of a
We can see Matt is already cleaning his side.
yeah. And given the number of times these guys have trained before, you know, they're mates and they know
Yeah.
neither of them can win on the day. But it's just a shame when you have a technical mishap.
Yes.
But as we said, USA have come third
And fourth.
and fourth.
You really did.
Yeah, it's nasty out there now. I'm glad I'm undercover with a hot cup of coffee.
Yes. You can see how it's raining here. It's real crazy right now.
There's an unhappy looking judge just walked back in undercover. So now the guys will soon be coming on for the gold medal match in the men's compound open division.
And it will be Komsan Singpirom from Thailand against Bayer Shigev from Russia.
Well, I know you get tropical rain in Thailand, but at least it's warm rain.
Yes.
Here it's tropical rain, but it's not nearly as warm.
It's around 7 degrees Celsius here, so pretty cold.
And on his way to the finals, Komsan beat Matt Stutzman in the semi-finals by 1 point. Marcel Pavlik from Slovakia, who is also an excellent archer. And shooting consistently, 145, 145, 145, 146.
He didn't have any set or any match under the 145. But also Bayer had only one under 145. Really high scores from both of them. We can see Thailand coach shielding the bow with his own body.
Yes, because these guys have got a peep sight on their string, which of course you get water inside it, you can't see, you have to blow it out.
Yes.
And there's the magnifying lens on your scope, you don't want water on that either, but it's going to get wet today, obviously.
I think in this weather everything is about to get wet.
Yeah. So the Russian's going to shoot first. Judge gives the signal, checks the field clear, and off we go.
And the wind is picking up too, and it's raining right in the archers' faces.
Yeah, you may train in all weathers, but it's not really what you want
For your
medal
gold
match, is it?
final.
Honestly, it's just depressing, really.
Oh.
So a couple of low arrows there from Komsan Singparom. So there's a 3-point lead, maybe 4 if the first arrow is upgraded to a 9.
Yes.
As we say, it's not a nice kind of conditions for your final match, is it? You've been here all week, getting through match by match, and now it just tips it down.
Also the conditions for shooting right now
But it's
are not.
It's an outdoor sport, and
Yes.
that's what we all have to do.
But you know, even though the archers were just a few seconds ago in the tent, in practically warm place,
Yes.
if we say it like this, right now being on the rain,
And meanwhile, just behind us, the W1 archers are warming up. Well, practicing. I wouldn't say warming up on the field next to us.
yeah,
And they're not looking forward to it, I'm sure.
yes, like right now, out of possibly 4 archers, there is one warming up. So
There's some Russian supporters just in the background there.
yeah, they have quite big support, but right next to them we can see the Thailand members. Or member, I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
Comes
another
on.
movement of his side there. They're going low, but
Yes.
is that the weather or some other element? But it's not phasing
Very beautiful.
fire. Yeah, the Russians are happy with that.
Definitely.
I think
There is a reason to be happy.
Shige is still in team match mode. He put his arm up to
Yes.
signal go at the end of that, just because that's what you have to do in your team rounds, and after a while it gets into a bit of a habit. And the volunteers come back out with returning the arrows from the previous end. All from the local sport club.
Yes.
Indeed. And very good they've been too. Running around all week, fetching and carrying, doing the scoring. Enjoying the week away from home.
We definitely were.
Yes.
The scores aren't confirmed.
I tell you, on the screen it looks a lot nicer than the weather actually is here.
Definitely.
It's definitely got quite dark.
But in this angle you can actually see how it looks like here.
It's more appropriate. So 2 ends gone. Now, can Komzan Singparon pull anything back?
After all, it's a 6 points lead from Bayer.
There we go. Nearly a 10. Nearly a 10. And a real 10. Lead extended by another point. Well, that's better. Maybe he's found his form at last.
Yes.
It's taken a couple of ends to get there. Meanwhile, another 10 locked in.
Bayer is just wanting.
Extending his lead even further.
Yes.
7 points.
He's just securing his lead right now. One arrow after another. 1 point.
But as we've seen
Yes.
before,
Everything can change.
everything can change. Things get slippery, equipment malfunctions. You've just got to be spot on for every single shot. And that's kind of the purpose of this cumulative scoring is once you drop a few points, you can't gain them back unless
Yes.
it's something that an error from your opponent. At least with the set system you might lose a set,
Yeah.
but you can scrape it back.
I would say the set system is a little bit more like easy.
Well,
Or
no,
like
no,
not
it's-
easy,
it's
like
not easy,
forgiving. A little bit more
A little bit
forgiving.
It's like,
Yeah.
for instance, if previous matches
Yeah.
Ben Thompson was in the set system, he'd
Yes.
have lost that set, but he might have come back. And then if you've got the confidence knowing you can win a set rather than
Yeah.
being so far behind from the first moment. Yeah, that shot shows how miserable it is here at the moment.
Definitely.
And another 9. So, although he gained 1 more point back, it's
6 point lead.
it's a struggle for. He's looking happy enough though. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just that it took a couple of ends to settle in, changing weather conditions, but now he's back to shooting how he would have been doing his previous matches. Yeah, he's having a chat with his coach, just think about what's happened, let's get on with the rest.
And we're going to the final end with
Last
Bayer having a 6 point lead. We're just waiting for the judge to raise the hand.
There's a plethora of target face umbrellas here, many of which were required at the World Championships a couple of years ago. All logoed up.
But I think the archers know which target faces are the right
I
ones.
think they do. hear some thunder in the background.
Let's hope it goes the other way round and not towards us. Ah, it's beautiful shot. Last arrow of Kamsan.
So with an 8-point lead, we have a winner.
We do.
So by a 6-point lead, Barashchigaev from Russia wins the gold medal.
And the
Not
silver.
nearly as high scoring matches as any of them had.
Yes, but I think the
By a long
conditions
way,
are to
yes.
blame. It's
It's
really
more,
heavy rain here, so
it's a good 10 points down for them. All their
yeah.
previous matches were in the mid 40s, high 140s.
Yes, we can
definitely
clearly
is.
see here how the rain can affect the archers.
And there's
Yeah.
nerves, of course, as well. A lot of people find that their earlier matches they get
Yeah.
high scores because there's no nerves, no.
Yes, that's
You
right.
just sort of go from one match to the next. It's more routine. It's very different when you're out here with the public arena. Handshakes all round. Go off and get dry.
Well, if they have another closes, I don't think this will be salvaged from the rain.
No, once you're wet, you're wet.
And I would say this is more like drained. And here goes the equipment for the W1 Women Bronze Final. It will be Asia Pellizzari on target number 1 and Lisa Coriel on target number 2. So Italy against USA. We can see the target faces are being changed because W1 has the full range of the numbers.
The full range, yeah, for each
Yes.
centimeter target face. Reason for that is that under the W1 rules, as it
Section?
were,
Yeah.
these are athletes with higher levels of disability, so they've got poor trunk function, and they will have impaired function in their arms or hands. And the maximum poundage of their bows is 45 pounds. And we shoot with just recurve sighting, so no peep sight, no bubble, no magnifying lens on your scope. So it's a good good technique of shooting actually. And it's a good between recurve and compound.
Yeah.
So because of those various things, they're given the full target face because especially when the weather's bad, it's quite easy to put arrows in the black and the white, and it's really depressing if you just get no points instead of 4.
Definitely.
And I've done that plenty of times myself, so these people
We
remind
could
me.
hear the support of the fans because both the teams are
Yes.
quite numerous.
Yes,
So
there's quite a
here-
lot of Italians here, and of course there are lots of Americans.
here there's like ton of USA
Yeah.
team members in Italian behind our backs.
And in this case, Leah's allowed to have an agent loading her arrow for
Yeah.
her because physically it's very difficult for her to do. And that's one of the reasons why under para archery rules they have 30 seconds per shot rather than the usual 20, because to get all this sorted out in 20 seconds is often quite difficult. The agent is allowed to load the arrow, but very little else. So Leah shoots first. And it goes beautiful, 9 on the right.
Beautiful.
Azure shoots
Oh.
one right in the middle. That's brilliant. Fabulous
Brilliant.
shooting.
Both of these women are quite
Just putting some of the
fast shooters.
some of the normal compounds to shame. Huh?
Yeah, that's right. They're like quite fast. They've got plenty of time on the clock and the arrow is already in the target.
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Brilliant start from Asia. Couldn't hope for a better end, really. Excellent. Excellent shooting. There's 7 archers in this category at this tournament.
And Asia came from 4th place in qualification with 603 points.
Yes, yes. And she's beaten 2 Czech ladies to get there.
That's right. And then Lisa came from the 6th place and
The Korean lady,
yeah,
who was ranked in 3rd, but they had a close match, 119 to 120. And then she beat
she
Elena Krutova from Russia.
lost
Elena
it
Krutova beat her.
against
And
Elegant. Yeah,
they'll be in the final match later on. So it was only really before the Rio Games that we had a lot of W1 women.
yeah,
They were you just really saw them on the circuit. But once it was included in the schedule for Rio, so we could have mixed team,
yeah.
then countries put some effort into recruiting and training up
Yeah,
ladies.
definitely.
And now it's intense competition now.
You remember the year with the minister of I don't know what group? This guy was used to.
Wow. Superb shooting, nice. Only dropped 1
Perfect.
point so far.
Awesome. Beautiful.
57 to 46. So Asia
Is cool
really on form
up there?
today.
Yes. I think she's prepared to have the medal.
Yes, I think so. And we have another match later on.
Yeah, for the gold medal. Right now, the bronze medal is in the safe. Which one gets it?
I wouldn't like to say, but at the moment it looks like Italy
Yeah.
have got the lead.
However, nothing is decided yet. We have still 3 ends ahead of us.
And I know that this weather can affect people quite seriously. You know, you can get, once you get wet, you
Definitely.
can get very cold. And if you have very limited muscle strength in
Yes.
your hands, you might just be just that marginally not enough strength to trigger release aid or
Definitely.
And the coach there is rubbing some water off the grip. So Lisa Correal will start again for the third set, third end. A tad low, as a coach once said to me at the tournament. And
Yeah,
she knows who that is.
another 9.
And another 9. She's
Beautiful. I think Asia has her spirits quite pumped up from yesterday mixed team match where she won gold with Demetrico Salvatore.
definitely, most definitely. And that's the only arrow out of the gold so far for her,
Yes.
out of 9
But
arrows.
still, it's a 7.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's excellent.
Very
Good
good.
for her.
Beautiful score for her.
So if she continues this way, look, her coach is taking her glasses off and drying them.
Oh, I totally
And her face
understand
too,
that.
Yeah. She just needs a hat.
Yeah.
Keep the water out off.
But sometimes, you know, the head can get in
Yeah.
the strain. Or
That's right. Oh dear.
I completely understand it. Myself with glasses, when you have raindrops on the glasses and yet another glass in your sight, it's really annoying. You don't see one target.
Yeah.
You
I
see
know,
like 100 of them.
you just put a towel on their head. Come on, miss. We're on TV. We need to look our best. Come on. So in a few moments we'll have the fourth end of
Yeah, just quick check of the target faces.
this bronze medal women's W1
And Lisa will
at
shoot
the
first.
Para Archery tournament in Nove Mesto. You can pronounce the river.
Metuji.
Metuji. Okay.
It's a beautiful city here.
It is very pretty. And next year we're going to have the finals in the town square like a couple of years ago.
I do hope so.
Now the coach, MJ, is giving Lisa a few words of encouragement. The rules are that although you can get comments from the coach, wow, another 10.
Wow.
You're not supposed to have like a two-way conversation between them.
Yes.
So they just have to give you like a key word. And it could be anything. It could be something as bizarre as squeeze your aubergine.
Yes.
As long as you know what it means. It might just mean to squeeze the trigger slowly and gently. Wow. They're just shooting so well today. It's impressive.
Lisa definitely doesn't look happy about her shooting right now.
Well, I think when you're behind, you never are
Yes.
happy. So that's a huge lead now
Yeah.
for Asia.
It's 19 points. That's massive. I think by now they are both just ready to get off the rain.
Probably, and then there's another match to follow them.
We can see agents ticking off the arrows, which is quite hard if the target faces are all wet, and they definitely are. In the background we can see all the target faces on the
Mm-hmm.
targets that are on the right side of the
Yeah.
venue. They already fell off, they were soaked through. Definitely
And
not
you
an
have to
easy
mark
thing.
the arrow holes, and of course,
Yes.
when the paper's wet, your pen doesn't work.
Usually you have to go
So,
find some marker because they need to be marked.
judges indicating who's shooting first, who's shooting second. Lisa will shoot first again.
We just
And
wait
we're
for the
off
hand.
for the final
Yes.
set, final end. As the agent puts the arrow on the bow, and off we go.
Beautiful.
Wow, good shot. Should be happy with that. Big smile.
Yes.
And another 10.
Beautiful.
She's going to get a great score at the end of this match.
You definitely can hear the Italian support. Beautiful.
A bit low. However, earlier in the week she had to
It's
adjust
Yeah.
the back of her chair a little bit under the equipment regulations, which could be off-putting for some people, but she's clearly got around that situation. Last arrow. And another 10.
Beautiful ending. And I think like
136 points is a great score.
this is pretty clear. Asia got her second medal in the tournament.
And that's-
This one bronze.
Very happy with that. And
Well,
with
who
good
wouldn't
reason.
be? Yes.
Well done both of them for putting up with the conditions.
Yes.
It's not easy.
In a few seconds we will start the gold medal in W1 women category. And it will
Indeed. We shall indeed. And
be Czech Sharka Musilova against Russia and Elena Krutova.
Krutova.
They were just 1 point away from each
Difference.
other in qualification.
Mm-hmm.
Elena with 613 and Sharka 614. Those are quite high scores.
Well, they've done better, but I try to remember what the weather was like that day. I think some people were having some challenge with the wind.
Yes,
That
there
day,
was
so
a
a lot of
lot of the wind. So
Scores were- I know the Ricos were having a bit of a problem because they had a longer
yeah,
distance, and there's a gap just to our left where the wind was coming through, just under the bridge. So at about 60
Yeah.
meters, all the Rico arrows were starting to turn right. So it was a
yes.
bit windy that day. So they have shot higher scores than that in the past.
But
But
given the
whole point-
conditions and
the whole point of the qualification ranking
Yeah.
round is to give you
we can
to sort
see
out
the
the
Czech
brackets as to who
coach
you're going to
getting
shoot
ready.
next. So here they come.
Making sure she can see on the target for Sharka.
And they're both left-handed. Well,
Very well. Both were shooting yesterday in the mixed team events, and
yes, and both
both were doing quite well.
both were at the World Championships in the mixed team.
Yes.
And through that, they got quota places for Tokyo for the mixed
Yes.
team. One man, one woman in the W1 division.
And yesterday we
So
could
no
see
doubt they will
some
meet
very
plenty.
quality shooting from them, so
Let's see.
we'll see how it goes
Eased
today.
off a little bit compared to the previous match now.
Definitely.
Both gone a bit left.
Mm.
10.
Beautiful.
So I'd imagine there'll be a large cheer from the Czech spectators, the local.
Yeah, I would
maybe?
too.
I would hope so.
You can
Support.
see them far away on the other stands.
Yeah, Elena shoots well and has been shooting well for a long time.
But the other team members,
Mm-hmm.
even from Czech team and Russian team, they are right next to each other in the stands.
Yes.
You can see them clearly now. So there should be quite a
It could
noisy
be, it could
support
be
side.
quite noisy, but sometimes it depends on who's shooting.
Yeah,
Some people just don't like noise. Other people are quite happy to have it. Motivates them.
yeah, definitely. The scores were confirmed.
Russians have a 3-point lead.
We can hear the fans now. I heard.
Yes, they're not being as noisy as they ought to be, really. But
Yeah, but I heard some callings of like encouragement from the Czech team right now, so I don't understand Russian, however, but I
No.
thought they were
I don't
encouraging them
understand
too.
either, so Sarka takes the first shot for the second end. 8, nearly a 9, but it will be an 8. So that's a further 2 points. Elena takes away. Those 2
I
hours are
think
so
still
close to the
9.
next scoring zone, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's only 2 points between them. I thought
yes,
there was maybe a bit more.
No,
So
it was
so no.
3.
So
So
Saka's crawled another
yeah,
point back, basically.
she did.
Yes.
Always good.
So this could be a close match.
Definitely. Well, we already saw in the qualifications these two are
We're
really close
yes,
next to
yes.
each other.
And I remember in Pilsen Europeans,
Yes.
yes, we lost to Sarka and David in a match. I won't go any further than that.
Don't feel bad about it.
No, I don't feel bad about that. Maybe I should.
Definitely not.
And Elena, she was due to go to the games in Rio, but because of the Paralympic
Yeah,
situation and Russia were excluded, she couldn't get there, which is a bit of a
unfortunately.
shame in a way, really. But she's been doing well in all these events we've had.
And the numbers aren't confirmed. We're just waiting for the raise of the hand from the judge. We got it. So a third end in the middle. Right.
We're stunned there.
Like we had 2, this is third, and there will be 2 more ends.
And she put her hand up
Yeah.
to signal again. Too much team practice, but it went in the 10.
Yeah, you can clearly see the archers today that are in the teams. Often they do it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful set.
So even if Elena gets a 10, she's going to be
Yes.
at least a point behind now into this end. And
Oh,
unfortunately, it went a bit low. So from having a 3-point lead, she's now got a 5-point deficit.
yes.
Not a happy place to be.
Definitely.
2 more
but
ends, and as we say,
everything can
everything can
change.
happen. So here we are. 2 more ends to go in the gold medal match for the women's W1 open category.
And
What's-
Elena will start.
Yes, what started off with a 3-point lead for Elena. She's
It's
now
now 5
trailing
point
by 5
deficit.
points and has to start this end.
That's quite change.
It is
Quite a change.
quite, but they've got 6 arrows each.
Yes.
And it's not over till it's over.
Definitely. Time.
Wow, that's another 3 points, 2 points, 3 points. last arrow of this end. As the thunder rolls in. Right. So, extending a lead even further now. So it's interesting match.
8
But we started
points
off
lead.
3 points ahead for Elena, and now long, long way
Yes.
behind. So runners come out with the arrows again. Having a busy day. All part of their athletics training now. Run up and down the field all day.
Yes. But if you count it, it's like 50 meters here, 50 meters there.
Yeah.
It's 100.
100 meters, you do that.
They do it pretty quickly.
5 ends a match. Plenty of matches.
Yeah. I know we did it with few of the volunteers. We got our pedometers to say how much we walked. On the qualifications, when we were scorers, we walked each around 15 kilometers. And for the eliminations, it was who was scorer had something similar to this,
Yes.
but the ones that weren't scoring at the time had really lower.
Teresa
Yeah.
under her brolly. So off we go. Last end. Women's W1 gold final.
And we are starting him with 8 points lead for Sharka.
10 past 3, and then there comes some more things.
She moves aside again, but I'm not convinced that's the reason. But who am I to say?
You'll see.
During the dinner ceremony, we will have this one. It's much bigger than we have in the afternoon.
No.
So Elena's last arrow.
Yep.
I'll put it in the middle. So maybe not.
It's an 8. So right now is for Sharka it's enough to hit the target.
Yes. Winning arrow. Boom. 7's enough?
7. Yes. Very nice. So
we have some local support there. Local cheering at last.
Yeah.
Clapping.
definitely can be heard right now.
Hugs from our coach there.
Yes. There will be definitely
129,
celebrations.
122. Yeah, Elena Krutova, she's scored 132, 134 in the previous matches, so for
Yeah.
her that's not the happiest match, however,
Definitely.
because we'll come back later to receive her silver medal.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have the bronze medal match for the men W1 Open.
Last category. We will
Between
start
Dennis
the
10 and Karol Dabidek. Another
Another
local
Czech.
boy.
Yes, another Czech archer. And
And there will be another in the final.
there will.
The famous David Draninski.
Czech coach only moved her scope and staying still on the stage.
So the bows come out.
The scores on the flipboards are being reset,
The rain is coming down.
but we can see
We
bright
can
blue
see, yes,
sky
it's a
in
funny
the
old
far,
day. There's
far
blue sky
distance.
in the distance, and there's black sky in the other direction.
Yeah. But so far, no wind. It is good. And another actually Russian-Czech match.
Yes, strange that. Dennis 10, who was in the mixed team yesterday. And had an interesting shoot-off with them. Myself and Vicky Kingston. Unfortunately, we didn't quite score enough points on the shoot-off.
But you fought still the shoot-off, and with cumulative scoring,
Yes.
that's
I think
something.
the mixed team matches are a bit short. 4 ends is not
Yeah.
enough. I'm just about getting into it after 2 ends, and then it's all over.
Dennis came from 4th place from qualification with 626 points. And then both of his elimination rounds he had 133 points. And Carl came from 6th place with 617. But slightly lower scores in the eliminations, only 121 and 116.
Yes, where you're positioned in the ranking can really affect
Yeah.
the matches that you have. So in general, it's always better to be as highly ranked as possible. So you end up having a match play against the lower ranked people,
That's true.
assuming that the ranking is relevant to how well you shoot in the matches. Doesn't always work though.
Yes, there are
In
archers
fact,
that
if you're
are.
in the middle, it's almost a bad place to
Yeah.
be because you're ranked against somebody who's about the same position, and it can be more of a challenge.
But there are some archers that are actually better in eliminations than in qualification
Yes.
rounds.
So
They can even have like the average scores 1 point
yeah,
higher.
it's a different kind of event really,
Yes. It takes a
because
different mindset.
you have a rhythm during the qualification rounds that you just don't have in match play.
So far after the first end, both of them are tied. We'll see an interesting match.
Which is good. Well, it's good in the sense that nobody's behind,
Yeah.
and you both think, it's okay.
The scores were confirmed. We can hear the Czech fans, but the Russians aren't so far behind. Both of them are screaming their archer's name. Quite a lot of support here today, but it's to be expected.
Well, they've had plenty of practice. There's been Czech and Russian archers here all day,
Yes,
and more to follow. Well, one more.
one Czech.
I don't think you're going to find many Hungarian supporters here, but we'll talk about that later. So one end gone, level pegging. You see these guys have got different kind of strapping over their shoulders.
Yeah.
This is, it's a very personal thing, and it's allowed on their classification documentation according to a kind of control or balance they've got. Because these particular individuals got very poor trunk control, if any, and so you need to be strapped into your chair to some extent, otherwise you'll literally fall out. It's a very personal thing as to how much you have, but then within the regulations there's only a certain amount you can have. And they've both got impaired hand function too. So even just holding the bow, loading the arrow, using the release aid, it's very different to their able-bodied counterparts.
Beautiful.
So Carl doesn't look particularly happy after that end. So he's dropped a couple of points.
Only 2. That can be reversed.
Indeed it can. Let's see what words of wisdom he will be given.
Some motivational music playing here.
And some motivational chanting.
Definitely.
Off we go. Third end, not even halfway through yet. Oh, when the field's clear anyway.
Okay, we're just waiting for the raise of the hand.
Off we go. He can actually take his arrow out beforehand, but again, that's when you're used to the team round, you're not allowed to even take your arrow out before the 10-second countdown. 10.
Beautiful.
That makes up for a little loss of form in the previous end. So now they're equal scores.
Beautiful.
Wow. See, things change so quickly.
unequal
So
scores,
he had to shoot a 10 to keep the scores the same.
and he did.
So having an advantage, it's now gone back to level pegging.
Yes. 2 ends to go. This will be interesting match to watch.
Indeed. So far so good, both of them.
Yes, both of them had a very nice end there. And the second was slightly lower for Carol, but still.
But he pulled it back. And they both know that they've got an equal chance.
Yes. They both can
managed.
see the
Yeah.
scores on the flipboards under the targets.
I find it quite difficult to remember where the arrows have landed because you haven't got your own scope on the finals field.
Yeah.
They take that away from you, and if you can't really see the scoreboard, the big screen over there,
Yes.
can't really see where they land, and in your head you have to try and remember where the coach has told you they've landed.
Definitely
So
for
you
the
don't really have it's difficult to have a pattern in your head of how they're landing, how they're grouping.
beautiful. At the final venue, it's really important to communicate good
Yes.
enough with your coach.
Yeah.
But
Because apart from where the arrows land, you need to have some.
yeah,
It's useful to have an indication of what you may need to do to correct, or just little reminders about your technique. That we have with myself and Andrea Gales, we have a sort of communication. She says things, and I know what she's saying. Sometimes the most bizarre things, but I know what she means. It's quite a long hold for the last arrow of the set, of the end. 8 high, however. 9 and 8, 26 points. And 25. So, 26 points was enough to get a lead.
Yeah.
on
1
the
point
penultimate
lead.
end.
So we will be entering the last full end, with 1 point lead for
Oh,
the
shoot off.
tennis. There's a
What do you
high
reckon?
chance.
What do you reckon?
There's high chance for the
High
shootout.
chance. Okay.
Like, they are really equal there. We will see.
As the agents down the end doing a flipboard so the spectators can see what's going on.
It's quite hard
Once
to
you
get
work
how
out how
you
to do it,
write
I
the
know.
numbers.
Well, it's
And
nearly,
still it's
nearly right. There's still a bit at the bottom of the 2.
Yes.
Well, it's like a question mark there, isn't it? There you go. Yep.
It's getting some time to get used to the flipboards.
Yes. Okay, last end. Well, now, for you weather watchers out there, it has stopped raining. Sky's
And
cleared
the
a little
sun
bit.
is
There's no
looking out a
no
little
wind,
small.
no wind to speak of.
Yeah.
You may be a bit damp out there already, but at the moment it's great shooting conditions. Birds are singing.
7.
So
So
there you
far
go.
equal.
2 arrows each to go, and they're level pegging. Points. It's going to be a close one.
Definitely.
There's still 1 arrow each to go.
And so far
Is-
they are equal. We can
Yeah,
see
and
Carl's
so it's coming
leg.
down. This is equivalent of a 1 arrow shoot off,
Yeah.
isn't it? All this way, and it comes to the last arrow.
9.
Well,
Beautiful.
that means Dennis 10 has to shoot a 10 to win, or we have a shoot off. Oh, so
No shoot
there
off.
you go. Alan has won,
Carl won.
and he's
It
very
was-
happy with that. Look at that.
Yeah, we can see the Czech team
From-
members chanting his name
From
and
trailing by
celebrating.
2, from trailing by 2 to recovering
His
to winning by 1,
coach.
and that's
His coach is crying. You can see her
poor Teresa.
tears. But I think they're the happy tears.
Well, I hope so.
They should be. He has a bronze medal after all.
And there'll be another medal for Czech Republic coming up in a few minutes, but which colour it is, we don't know until it's done. Well done, Carol. And so, they will reset the name, number boards, flip charts, as we come to what will be the last match of this Para-Archery World Ranking and European Cup tournament in the wonderful Czech Republic, in the wonderful little town of,
Nove Mesto nad Metuji.
there you are, perfectly pronounced.
Well, after all, I'm Czech. I should be able
You
to
should,
pronounce
yes,
it.
yes. I've tried over the years, but my pronunciation is not good enough. Now here we have an interesting situation. We have David Draninski, who has been Paralympic champion. Yes, he beat me once. Paralympic world champion. Might have been European champion, probably. Mixed team champion, whatever, world rank. He got a stupid score of 680 points in Albi a few weeks ago. It was another world record for him. And now he is up against
Tamás Gaspar
Thomas Gaspar, who
from
is
Hungary.
Hungarian. However, he has lived in the UK for many years, and he's recently got British citizenship. And it took a very long time for that to come through. So at one stage he was maybe going to try and compete for Great Britain. But anyway, so he's competing here for Hungary and would not be allowed to compete for another country until there's been at least a year's break. So, but it seems that Hungarian Paralympic
Interesting.
Committee are happy to have him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we've had a Hungarian para-archer that I can think of in recent history.
I don't either.
So although he shoots in the UK and I see him a lot, he's been doing really, really well recently, getting some high scores. And his agent there is not Hungarian at all. He's Gary Critchlow from the UK, and his wife, Kathy Critchlow-Smith, has been Paralympic champion, all kinds of other champions. She was shooting recurve for many, many, many years, and I've known her for a very long time. And so he's got a lot of good support. And David Draninski, well, we don't need to say anything more about him because everybody knows who he is.
They do.
And he's chosen to shoot first.
Even from the first place in qualification with 658 points. However, Thomas was second with 655.
Well,
So
to put an arrow in the 10 to start off with is an excellent start for anyone. Maybe a 10.
right next to the
28
arch.
points to start with. So,
Equal scores?
equal points after the first end.
Yes. I'm happy to see that David has overcome troubles from yesterday's team competition.
Yes, I didn't see it myself. I was packing my bow away at the time, but I did hear that there was some
Two
release
misses.
aid kind of
Yeah.
issues, which
And
once that gets in your head and you're not sure
yes.
what's going to happen when you draw up, it's. But no doubt he spent plenty of time on the practice field getting through those issues. And for Tamas, it's maybe one of the few times he's been in this kind of environment. So for him, it may be a little bit nervous, perhaps. David's done this
Maybe.
dozens of times in the past, so it's normal.
We can see Thomas waving
Waving.
at the camera.
However, the camera's covered in a raindrop, so
Yeah, I was
the
told
cameraman might
it's.
need to just wipe his lens a little bit. It's over
I was
there.
told it's in on the inside, so we
Oh,
cannot
I
do
see. Oh,
some
it's steamed up
anything
on
with
the
it.
inside. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes, because it's not a cheap camera either.
We can see the
Here we
stands
go.
of the Czech
And
team.
David starts again because he was the first person starting the first end. Oh, Thomas has got his scope with him. I thought we weren't allowed to have scopes on the finals field, however.
Don't ask me, I'm not a judge.
Ten X.
Beautiful. He took his time, but it paid off.
Mm-hmm. Yes, his wife back home, Monica. Hello, she'll be watching. And their dog Daisy.
10.
Try again. No, no, no. It was wet fully. But only water.
Quite a long arrow there. Maybe too long.
Maybe, but he has a very consistent, steady form. Well, so 2-point lead, 29 points. Good score.
You're
So
perfect.
he, not sure who he's waving to, just waving generally, I think, because he probably wishes he had some support here.
I think someone definitely is supporting him here.
Probably.
Löwer, 9.5, and order them, and it's they're always fit.
His scores during the elimination, Tamas's scores were very high, 148 and 140. And in the first elimination, in the what is it, quarterfinal,
Mm-hmm.
he went against you.
Yes.
How was it?
Well, let's just say I have done better. No, I've been struggling with trying to get the. Oh, if I get the pin on the gold, then my release is wrong, and if I get my release is right, then anyway, you know what it's like. You got to have all the elements
Yeah.
all at the same time, and struggling for a few years, couple of years, with too many injuries.
Because the target faces has been changed, we can clearly see where the other arrows went.
Mm.
It's
Yes.
beautiful.
All the holes are well. When they're in a nice group, that's fine.
Yes.
But when they're not, all the holes are your own. So 1 hour left each for the third end. Still got a 2-point lead for Tamas.
Oh. When you're shooting these high numbers, it's even when the 8 is really high, it's difficult to get the
Yeah.
points when you lose them.
So if Tamas gets a gold, then he's going to be at least. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's another 2 points.
So now 4
He's
points
getting-
lead.
Yeah, he's getting some support
And-
over there.
And 4 points lead in these high numbers is really difficult to get.
Yes.
Anything can happen, however. He's got still 6 arrows from each archer ahead of us. Oh, the camera is looking a little bit better now.
Yeah, Steven. You don't want Steven inside you. Yeah, it's very difficult to get rid of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some local Czech support. And I have no idea what they're saying. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So 6 arrows each for these archers.
Oh, there are definitely some supporters of Tamas. I can hear his name being screamed.
8, maybe a 9. Just on the
Maybe.
line. However, he had a couple of low ones, which is
And he's adjusting the side.
so it could be a 4-point, might be a 3-point lead. But in 5 arrows, it could be reclaimed. X,
Oh.
right on the spider in the middle.
Doesn't
That's
get
where, of
more
course, we'd
center
all
than
like
this.
got arrows to land there, wouldn't we? But
So only 3 points lead now, maybe 2.
if you can do that again. Well, but even so,
It's 7. So now
So,
only 1 point lead,
point.
or they are tied. It matters whether the 8 was higher or no.
So, as we said before, it's not over till it's over.
Definitely.
And who knows who's more nervous than the other out there?
I think the coaches are more nervous than the archers usually.
No, I don't think so. I think the archers are more nervous than they let on, quite honestly.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a 9, so tight score.
So here we go.
We are
Last end.
starting last end with tight score.
Last end of the whole tournament.
Last full end of the whole tournament.
And then we come back here again next year.
Definitely. See, the targets are being controlled by the judge.
David starts again because he was the first to start and their level scores.
And
3 arrows each to decide this, or we have a shoot-off. God, we needed another shoot-off. It's the last match.
yeah,
A shoot-off.
we ended morning with a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
We should end afternoon too.
However, I'm sure the archers don't.
Yeah,
You just want to win. You don't want to put yourself through the stress.
I know.
Well, that's a good start.
I don't wish shoot upon them, but at the same time I do.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Yeah. For a spectator, the shoot-off is the most
We're getting
interesting
there.
thing.
They're still level, 2 arrows each left to go. It's a case of who drops the points rather than who gains the points. 9. Very fine levels of accuracy, these guys. Remember, you compound guys, they haven't got a peep or a bubble or a scope. And their maximum is 45 pounds.
Mine too.
So, you know.
Still equal. And the last arrow.
This is the 1 arrow shoot off then, like the previous
Yeah.
match, an earlier match today. Wow. So, Tamas has
10
to put
to
it in
shoot
the 10
off.
for shoot off. Can't win,
Yeah.
you can only draw. You wouldn't want to be in this situation, really, would you?
No.
8.
Oh.
Okay.
It's the
Well,
same situation.
David is happy again.
Yeah.
He's won yet another tournament. Tamas is happy because he's here and he's in a finals, which is
Still got a silver
a
medal,
first
and
for him.
this match was interesting till the last arrow.
That was great. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent match.
beautiful.
And a good one to finish on.
Definitely.
Yeah, David likes to win, of course.
Who wouldn't like to win?
He'll be bouncing about. He'll be
Yeah. You can see the Czech
There is
representation
adoring
team celebrating.
in his own little way. Yes.
And
So
in half an
handshakes all
hour,
round.
there will be the closing and award ceremony for
Yes.
teams and individuals as well, because yesterday the weather wasn't giving for.
No, yesterday there were delays,
Yeah,
and there was all the team matches yesterday. Three-person team, mixed teams. Today all the individual matches.
yes.
There'll be some interesting ones today.
So all the medals were won. They're just
Yeah, and now we'll see
waiting
what-
to be handed
we'll
out
see-
right now.
We'll see what kind of medals they are too. They always do interesting ones here.
Well, you have to
There have
go
been
to
local artisan things, there's been glassware, all kinds of things.
well, you will have to wait 30 minutes. Or find it on the Facebook page
but I
of
won't
Nove
be
Mesto
going
nad Metuji.
I won't be going up to get anything, so.
Or find it on the Facebook page of Nove Mesto nad Metuji.
Okay, I could do.
Okay? It was good having you here.
And you too. Are we signing off for now?
We are.
Okay, thank you for letting me help you with the commentary.
Thank you for helping me.
Maybe we'll be doing it again next year, you never know.
We will see.
Until, bye-bye all you people in internet land. See you again another day. Ciao.
Goodbye.